So this one is going to go over the enigmatic. For this, normally you want phase scale hat, but this is what they're recommending for the new players builds. I guess if you're the only one in the whole Zerg with this, you want to use phase scale hat. But chances are they're probably not going to have just one new player playing this. Um, my last video on it, I recommended using it right on the clump. I mean, right when they're engaging. This was like a tactical kind of thing because I noticed that the enemy Zergs were waiting for us to engage and then hitting us with ranged DPS right afterwards. So that was protecting our whole, our engage right after the engage. But the best time to use it is when the caller calls for defenses. As I noticed in a guild versus guild, that's the way all of the enigmatics were working was during the defenses. So basically, they're all hitting demon armor and also getting this bubble, which I'm assuming still uh, allows to reflect. And now, since you're on Assassin's Helm, I think it might take a few seconds. So let me try it now. So yeah, now we have full. So like, wait a few seconds before you use your Assassin's Helm because if you use it right away, like I'll just stop this. Oh, I don't even have it on cooldown yet. But it seems if you use it right away, this resets to like 15 seconds. So you don't get instant cooldown on it. So yeah, I kind of want to try it that way. See what if it. This is kind of like a theory of mine because I noticed it the other day. See, and went back to 12 seconds. So you want to wait a few seconds before you use your assassin hood. And yeah, I mean, if you're in doubt on when to use this, definitely ask the caller how they want you to use it because I mean, it can be situational at times. But for the most part, you want to use it when they call for defenses, somebody with demon armor in your party. You also want uh these abilities and don't damage, like don't even auto attack because what you're doing is for the you're making it harder for the DPS. I don't really know how to like explain it, but basically it like the damage they're receiving from somebody with low IP or just low damage in general is like making it harder for those with higher damage to take them out. So you want to have basically no damaging abilities. And you could press Alt Q and put the shield on yourself. Uh I'm not in a party, but you can actually drag this party interface. The best way I do it like on supports, and this is probably useful for healers too. I'm just starting out with healing, but I drag it to where it's like right near my character. And then you could just click a name, hit Q. Oh, I'm on hit Q, and then it'll shield them. If they weren't on uh, a mount, they would be shielded. Your W is a cleanse. It also creates a movement speed buff. You want to use that if you notice that your allies are being clumped. I mean, if you're being clumped, you might be able to use it, but chances are you're going to have to boots first and then use it. Uh, with Judicator armor. Oh, I could have never. Oh wait, they tried to trade me. I thought they would invited me to a party, but never mind. Uh, with um, with the Judicator armor, uh, normally your caller will call for duties. Like, when you hear duties, say if you have multiple ones, the best way to go about it would be, like, say there's one right here. You'd wanna place yours like that to where they're, like, overlapping, but they're not, like, right inside of each other. And that way your team can fall back into the duties, like, they can get healing and armor and everything that it like, let's see. See, it increases damage resistance and healing received. So if they're walking through multiple duties to get back in, like, from, like, a choke fight or something like that, they're gonna be able to get healed up a lot faster and not really picked off. I think that's it for this one. I'm gonna do one on Locust, and that's about it. Actually, I could probably just do that now. We'll just do this on the same video. I'm pretty sure they recommend the same build. Uh, this even if you're high IP, I do recommend the assassin helm just to get it like get your E basically every 15 seconds. This can be kind of situational too. Uh, like I find it useful to use it when we're engaging to where like nobody's going to be able to get stopped. So we'll say like that's the clump. When you hear like get ready like basically at 3, you want to hit that to where it's expanding by the time they get to 1, and then everybody inside that bubble is going to be immune to crowd control, and I think, right? Well, cleanses all debuffs and crowd control effects within the bubble. Another useful time to use it is is if you notice that they're getting clumped. Like if your team's getting clumped, they're like if yeah, if they're going to engage on your team, we'll just pretend these guys are in a clump and you notice it, just hit E on them and that should cleanse them, get to be able to get out of there. Uh yeah, that's basically it. See, I did it too early again, I guess. I'm not sure why that happens. I'm still like not really used to the cooldown, like how long I have to wait for the cooldown, I guess. And I don't really play these enough to really go over a guide on. With Great Arcane, I don't even know if it's recommended in the new player builds. It shouldn't be if it is because uh, it's really easy to mess up on this. And if you hit it at the wrong time, you're gonna really just screw your whole party over. So like this is really recommended for people who really know the weapon and what's going on during the fight too. Uh the best time to use it would be on like their engages hitting their back line while they're trying to engage. Their ranged DPS isn't going to be able to do anything on the engage. Like if you notice your team getting clumped and you could somehow get around to their back line and hit them with that, they have 3 seconds to where they can't even hit that clump. I also noticed in a GVG they flanked with it. Like yeah, it really screwed them over. Like I was watching I think his name's blah 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 or something like that. I'm not really sure. Or it was somebody from Paranoid, but they were recording a video and just some support group came in while they were at a castle, one up, and like they couldn't even hit like most of their well A at least a quarter of their Zerg couldn't hit the engage because of that. And with the cult, yeah, honestly, I don't I don't know what to do with this because it really puts people in a bad position too. If you use it on an engage, like you shouldn't really be going through the middle on an engage. But I guess if you have everything going proper, it won't be a problem. But it speeds you up. It gives what attack speed bonus. So like I guess the best time like during the engage, like right like as soon as they say one basically would probably be the best time to use this from a distance to where so say like we'll pretend that the bank is the clump. You want to be like far enough back to where when you hit it, your team, if they're you know what I mean, if they're not already up there, they can still either get back or have that attack speed buff to clear out whoever survived the clump and clap. Uh, but yeah, anyway, I think that's basically all the new player weapon guides. I'm not sure how they plan on going about it. You might need OC still. I'm assuming you would. Like if for lethal content, you kind of need OC. Like it gives you such a like a power spike or however you want to call it that it's kind of essential for lethal content.